2, and 1. Welcome back to the Marion General Hospital pregame show. Now time to catch up with the head coach of the Trojans, Jody Martinez, before they take on Northwestern Ohio. The Racers come into Odell Arena today. They're 0-1 on the year. The Trojans 2-0 after winning both games of the Fort State Tip-Off Classic this past weekend. Big performances all around. Obviously, Kendall Bradbury, the Crossroads League Player of the Week, 20 points in both of those opening contests. Your team hits 19 threes on Friday for a program record, and then Abby Books comes out and doesn't miss a shot, making all 9 of her shots on her way to a career-high 24-point performance on Saturday. How do you think your team did in their first 2 games of the 2018-19 season?
Well, I thought we came out and competed both nights. I mean, I personally felt like anyone that came over the weekend watched all 4 teams that we were the better team. And so when you had the 9th-ranked team here in St. Francis complaining that the same 2 teams we did, and you compare things, I feel like we're playing pretty well, competing-wise. Execution-wise, you're going to have mistakes when you lose 2 starters and Cassidy and Josie. Those are tough shoes to fill. And then Abby, coming off an injury, only played a few minutes on Friday, but had an outstanding performance on Saturday. And then of course Jamie hasn't been playing yet. So go 2-0, double-digit wins, and it's a good start.
You look at some of the players that had to sit behind Cassidy and Josie a season ago. Haley Stratman comes to mind. Lauren James comes to mind. And then you have your 4 newcomers and the 3 freshmen and the transfer in Madison Fisher, and then Sydney Huffman coming back from the injury. So how do you think that group of 6 or 7 players did, maybe getting more minutes than they have in the past or reacclimating themselves to the college game?
Yeah, I think Friday night was a great home opener to play everybody 10 minutes or more. And so to get, when you try to get 13 players in there, it's not the easiest task at the college level. A lot of coaches only play 7 or 8 kids in a game, and here we are rotating 13 on Friday, and then Saturday we got everybody in again, but it wasn't 10 minutes each, and that was a much closer game until the 4th quarter. But those the players you mentioned, they're learning, they're competing, they're making us better in practice. They all have a role to play. LJ was able to start for us these 2 games. Now Abby's back, so Abby will be back in the starting lineup tonight. We're actually going to put our dogs starting off with the press and trapping and, picking our strengths and make the game fast tonight. And so having LJ come off the bench is going to be a pretty good, strong weapon for us with Sid and Meredith as just 3 shooters. And then you got Haley coming off with Kiara, Kayla, you got Madison Mariah. Everyone. It could be a fun game tonight.
How much does that maybe help things with you and Natalie when you're game planning and your new assistant coach Cassidy Wise as well? When you have so much depth that you don't have to rely on a group of 5 or 6 players to play 30-plus minutes or minutes in the high 20s every night and know that A, they have to play those minutes, B, they can't get into foul trouble, and C, worst-case scenario, they can't get hurt.
Right. Well, a great example of what you just said, foul trouble. Saturday, Aubrey Wright, one of our best defenders, one of our control leaders, hardly played. And we had our depth come in and fill the void and do a great job. But we got to have Aubrey on the court. There's certain players, though, the skill level isn't there to replace them. Kendall, everybody knows Kendall. Kendall, we don't have a Kendall on the bench. We don't have a Kendall to come in and give her minutes. But Kendall's also the primary concern on everybody's scout. And knowing that even when she's tired, she's such a major factor physically on the court. And we find our times to give her the breaks. And with the 4-quarter format, it benefits players like Kendall. And so, the rest of the players, we got some balance behind there. But when you had Abby playing the way she did Saturday, I wouldn't take her out because I have a rule of thumb: if someone's in a flow, never ruin the flow. Don't be the one that ruins the flow. And so they stay out there. And so she didn't miss. So sorry, Abby. Enjoy your time out there. And I know she was tired, but she did an outstanding job. But yeah, the depth is going to be big for us. We just got to continue to learn the system and make sure every day they come to practice on game day confident.
Catching up with Taylor women's basketball head coach Jody Martinez before the Trojans take on Northwestern Ohio tonight. You guys had a special guest on the bench for the first 2 games on Friday and Saturday. It's Aubrey Wright's grandpa, Ted Wright, the Hall of Famer here, the first 1,000-point scorer in men's basketball history here at TU. He played 3 or 4 sports here. He's at practice every day. How special was it to be able to share the bench with him and be able to see him interact with the girls like he normally does when he comes to practices, but also get to be able to sit there on the bench and get introduced in front of the crowd and all that good stuff?
Yeah, one, he deserves it. I mean, he's Hall of Famer, well known, and like you say, he comes to our practices and we talk a lot. And I just thought it'd be a very nice gesture to allow him to sit for the first 2 home games, a tournament format, give him a different perspective from the bench versus the bleachers. And he said Friday was great. Saturday was nerve-wracking. He said he was nervous Saturday, the way the game was going, and stressed. And he goes, I think I'm, go back to my normal seat. So, but we enjoy Ted at our practices, and I know what a special memory that he and Aubrey are creating as a granddaughter and grandfather see each other as much as they do. I don't see that anywhere. I've never seen it anywhere, that much interaction between a grandfather and a granddaughter. And that's possible because Aubrey plays basketball at Taylor University, and it's just one of those good things I want to be part of, and wanted to help them to never forget this moment.
Last thing as we look ahead tonight to taking on the Northwestern Ohio Racers, kind of a deja vu sort of thing. That probably is not the right term whatsoever, but this is the team that you guys played in your very first game as a head coach here at their place last year. How much are they different from over a calendar year?
I think they're more athletic and more physical. They still have their leading scorer back, number 25, who's a very good shooter. She had a bad shooting day on their first opening game, but they played the number 1 ranked team in Division I, NAI Division I, Shawnee State. So she was 0 for 7 from threes, but Emily Patton, she's got a good offensive mind, and we just got to attack her on defense because that's probably her weakness is lateral. But she's a good rebounder. But they got good athletes. They want to push the ball up. They transition. They even transition against Shawnee. They just didn't hit shots. And then Shawnee was so big that they hurt them on the boards in the inside game and inside-outside, and Shawnee beat them by 32. But like I said, they're athletic starters. Got to give them to their bench. Their bench comes in, they're slower. So it goes from speed to slow, patience, move the ball kind of thing. So it's 2 different styles within a team. So that's why I think we want to play up fast right away, get the anxiety going, and maybe get to their bench early is the strategy. Hopefully it doesn't backfire on me.
Jody, thanks for the time, and good luck as you try to go to 3-0 on the year.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100 all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
At guard, 5'6" senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number And at 4, 5-9 senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 34, Taylor. The Racers are coached by Mark Armbruster, assisted by Kelsey Johnson and Tracy Rice. And now fans, get on your feet for the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. At guard, 5'7" senior from Columbia City, Indiana, number 14, Aubrey White. At guard, 5'7" senior from Crawfordsville, Indiana, number 22, Lacey Garrett. At 4, the 5'11" senior from Island Trace, Colorado, number 32, Kendall Bradbury. At guard, 5'11" junior from Angola, Indiana, number 40, Abby Brooks. And finally at guard, 5'11" junior from Angola, Indiana, number 44, Becca Brooks. Your Trojans are coached by Jody Martinez, assisted by Natalie Young and Cassidy Wise.
So there are the starters for tonight's contest. Taylor with their sort of traditional starting lineup that we thought they'd have at the beginning of the year before Abby Brooks went down with that lower body injury. It's her and twin sister Becca in the backcourt along with Aubrey Wright and Lacey Garrett. Kendall Bradbury is in the front court. For Northwestern Ohio, they have Letitia Johnson, Jertea Hall, Anna Farahane, Emily Patton, their leading scorer from a year ago, and Fatea Larry. We're glad you're with us here this evening for the first of our two-game doubleheader between Taylor and Northwestern Ohio. The men's game will come up at 7 p.m. Larry and Bradbury will jump. These two teams met a year ago. The Trojans won that contest in the season opener. And that was the first game of Taylor head coach Jody Martinez's time as the head coach of TU. The Trojans win the opening tip. They go from right to left in white. Northwestern Ohio defends man-to-man in black, with red numbers and red letters trimmed in white. The Trojans with purple letters and gold numbers trimmed in purple. Here's a right corner three from Aubrey Wright. That was halfway down and then just rattles out. It's rebounded on the other end here by Northwestern Ohio. Letitia Johnson brings it from backcourt left to front court right. Down low to the left side, and Fatea Larry to the left sideline. UNOH floats it back to Johnson with 14 to shoot on their opening possession. Here's Patton, their leading scorer. 3-2 zone by the Trojans. Johnson drives on the right side of the lane. Make that not Johnson, thrown off the high glass by Hall, rebounded by Bradbury. Both teams come up empty on their opening possessions, and Taylor goes from right to left. Trailing the play, Becca Brooks, three-point shot on the way, and that one's good right over the front of the rim. So Becca Brooks knocks down her second three-point shot, or making her fifth three-point shot of the year, and Taylor jumps out to a quick 3-0 lead. They are the 19th ranked team in the land. Jertea Hall finds the trailing Emily Patton. And now to go to the free throw line and Fatea Larry. Triple teamed out to the near side wing. Driving is Farahane. And then this pass caught in the air by Johnson. A little floater from the free throw line is good. First bucket for Johnson, and Taylor's lead trimmed down to 1 as the Trojans now break the full court press by UNOH. Brooks to Brooks. Becca to Abby, and Abby just misses a little right-hand runner from the right side of the rim. 90 seconds into the opening quarter. The Racers of Northwestern Ohio go from left to right, and then Patton throws this ball to nobody. She saw one of our officials on the far side, and she throws that one into the front row. The closest one to it was one of the softball players from Taylor who were dressed in their Halloween costumes from their lift earlier tonight. Here comes Garrett from right to left. She jogs through the center jump circle where Letitia Johnson will defend her. Man-to-man defense for UNOH in black. Free throw line Bradbury to the corner in B Books. Back to Bradbury right block. Fronting it was Farahane. Saving it is Bradbury out to Brooks near side, and her hot shooting continues. She's made her last 10 shots after going 9 for 9 for a career-high 24 on Saturday. And the Trojans jump out to a 6-2 lead on back-to-back Brooks threes. First Becca and then Abby. Farahane to the corner and Patton denied an open look in the left corner from 3 by B Books. Larry spins, jump shot over Bradbury long, rebounded by Abby Brooks down low. And UNOH just 1 for 4 to start from the floor. Taylor up 6-2. Into the paint, Bradbury spins over that left shoulder, flips it in, and Taylor leads 8-2 on Kendall Bradbury's first bucket. 5-0 burst for the Trojans. They lead 8-2. 2.5 minutes in, they don't get back on D, and an easy right-hand layup is there for Jertea Hall.
And here comes the full court press by UNOH. Right, Hassel to the backcourt, near sideline Garrett. She's got 4 seconds to get across, and an arm bar called against UNOH on their first foul of the evening. It's against Johnson, her first. And as we mentioned, the first one against Northwestern Ohio. Northwestern Ohio 0-1 on the year. They lost 72-40 to NAIA Division I Shawnee State in their first game last Saturday. Taylor 2-0 here on the young season. Top of the key, B Books looking Bradbury's way. She'll fire from 15 feet and hit it from straight on. 5 first quarter points for B Books. She's our leading scorer in the game. She has outscored UNOH by herself. And Taylor up 10-4 to start here in the opening quarter, just 3 minutes in. A heave up the floor to Jertea Hall. 2-on-1. Down low, weak side is Larry for a right-hand finish on the left side of the rim. So a good assist, and Fatea Larry gets the layup. And there's our first time out of the night for Northwestern Ohio and their fourth-year head coach, Mike Armbruster. It's 10-6 Taylor, 6:45 to go in quarter one. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Taylor 2-0 on the year. Jody Martinez in his second season as the head coach here for the Trojans, his 19th season as a head coach overall. Northwestern Ohio, they're out of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. And Taylor, of course, out of the Crossroads League. A big week for the Trojans. They head out to the Wild Wild West coming up on Thursday for 2 games in the great state of Colorado. A homecoming for senior Kendall Bradbury. The Trojans are at an exhibition at the University of Denver on Friday night, and then they take on Metro State on Monday evening. Metro State, I believe, NCAA Division II ball club. Again, full court press here by UNOH. Garrett in the near side corner with Johnson defending her. She'll sprint to the near sideline, dribbles with a left hand across the timeline, drawing defenders and gives off near sideline to Abby Books to an open Bradbury 3, and that one is perfect right in front of that UNOH bench. 5 for Kendall Bradbury. Now the Trojans apply pressure on Patton in the backcourt, and Garrett will steal it with Taylor up 13-6. Wright is yet to use her dribble, now does. One bounce off to Abby Books, right side circle. Floating it into Bradbury with a shorter defender on her. She lays it up and gets the foul as she had Jertea Hall pinned backwards. A 15-6 Taylor lead with an and one opportunity here for Bradbury. Great steal there by Garrett. And Bradbury calmly makes the free throw. She has 8 first quarter points. Kendall now 14 of 15 from the line here this season. Pressure in the backcourt. Patton far sideline up the floor. A 2-on-1 here for UNOH. Step through move. Taylor looking for a travel that won't come. Farrah Hain, baseline right, shot short. Rebounded by Abby Books. And now it's Aubrey Wright who's off to the races for Taylor. 4 minutes into quarter number 1. Taylor up by 10. They want to make it more with a Becca Books 3, and they do from the top of the key. Second triple for Becca Books. She has 8. Bradbury has 6. They've outscored UNOH by themselves, and Taylor leads 19-6. Not even halfway gone in quarter 1. An air ball from the right wing by Patton. Farrah Hain almost rips it out of Wright's hands, and the jump ball will keep it here with UNOH. Points coming in bunches here for the Trojans. 5:38 gone, or to go here, I should say, in our opening quarter. And a sub has come in for UNOH. That is Kiara Kane, number 11. The first sub from either team tonight. Down low, Farrah Hain off balance. She'll glass it home. Second field goal for Farrah Hain. She leads UNOH in scoring, and Taylor's lead down to 19-8 after a blitzing little spurt. B Books with the newcomer Kane defending her. To the left block, there's Bradbury. Got right away from Farrah Hain and easily lays it in with a right hand for 2 more. How about 10 first quarter points for Kendall Bradbury? And she has outscored Northwestern Ohio by herself. She has 10, UNOH 8, Taylor with 21. Weaving, throwing a prayer off the glass, dances off the back rim as Johnson was looking for a bucket. 21-8, the Trojan advantage as they go from right to left and white. B Books wants her third 3, that one short. Reading it as right, she'll sail in the air but won't be able to save it before she stepped on the baseline. First miss from 3 by Becca Books. 4:57 to go here in our first quarter. Taylor trying to move to 3-0 on the year. And they got that press unit out there. They have yet to be pulled off the floor here in our opening stanza. Letitia Johnson, senior out of Indianapolis and Warren Central High School, stares into the teeth of that 3-2 Taylor zone defense. Johnson has it back, right side circle. Patton jumping for it, calling for it. She won't be able to get it. Hall to the free throw line, back out to Johnson with 7 to shoot. Pulls up from 10 feet, short off the near side rim, and is rebounded off the floor by Kendall Bradbury of Taylor. 4:25 to go into quarter number 1. Taylor up by 13. Abby Brooks trails, takes the pitch from Garrett, and rolls in a 3 from straight on. Second 3 for Abby Brooks, and that forces a Northwestern Ohio timeout, their second one here of the opening quarter, as Taylor has blown this thing open. They're up 24-8. Another 30-second timeout here for Northwestern Ohio. We will pause momentarily. Taylor shooting the long ball, reminiscent of what they did on Friday night in the season opener when they broke the school record for three-pointers made in a single contest with 19. Taylor now shooting 5 of 7 from behind the arc tonight. Deckard and Huffman and James all come in for TU. That leaves Bradbury and B. Books, the only 2 starters out there for the Trojans. Maddie Schulte in here for UNOH, out there with Hall, the reserve Kane, Patton, and Farahane. So 3 of the 5 starters out there for Northwestern Ohio. Catch and shoot 3. Schulte, back rim long, tapped around. Bradbury couldn't haul it in. It's rebounded down low by Jertea Hall, the 5'10 sophomore. Back out to Schulte, who resets, and she hits a left side circle 3. First 3-point basket made by Schulte tonight, and Taylor's lead down to 24-11 here with 3:40 to go in quarter number 1. UNOH backs off the full court press as Bradbury easily jogs it to the front court. Taylor attacking the basket to our left. They're clad in white. UNOH defends man-to-man there in black. Huffman gets it back to the far sideline. Long 2 from the arc by Bradbury off the back. It's rebounded weak side by James. She'll slip it through the D for a Bradbury 3, which is perfect. Second triple for Kendall Bradbury. She has 13 first quarter points. Northwestern Ohio has 11 in total, and Taylor up 27-11 on a monstrous first quarter here for the Crossroads League preseason player of the year, Kendall Bradbury. Still 3:05 to go in quarter number 1. Here's Schulte, defended by Bradbury, right wing. 3-2 zone by the Trojans. Looking inside is Kane. James shadowing her. Catch and shoot jumper right wing. Schulte, short rim. Rebounded another one for Bradbury. She closes in on a first half double-double with a game-high 13. Here's Deckard, far sideline. Down low to B-Book. She's shoved from behind by Schulte as Schulte tried to step in and intercept the pass. Second foul against Northwestern Ohio. Haley Stratman and Kiara Nieto come in for Taylor. So all 5 players on the floor right now will be reserves as Bradbury and B-Books exit. Meredith, Deckard, Nieto, Stratman, James, and Huffman, the 5 out there for TU. And Deckard will get it in baseline right with a fresh 30 to work with. Bouncing into Stratman, who snatches it away from Farahane. Huffman had Deckard open for a moment, now gets it to her, now back to Huffman, right side circle. Near side of the floor, James jab steps and drives. She's shoved on the take. She tried to gather herself, and she's fouled just inside the arc. Foul on Jertea Hall, her first, third one against Northwestern Ohio here in quarter number 1. Taylor up 27-11 right now. Bradbury with 13, B-Books with 8, Abby Books with 6. And that is it for the scoring. Jertea Hall out. Rania Orpo in for UNOH. She guards Sydney Huffman on the high left side. Right-hand bounce from Huffman looking Stratman's way. Far side to the lane in Nieto. Bouncing into space. Deckard has to come out to get it. Still plenty of time on the shot clock here for TU. 2:20 to go in quarter number 1. Huffman attacks. Deals off to James. Left-hand dribble. Got her to the free throw line. Up top to Deckard. She'll go down the lane. Her right-hand scoop off the glass just rolls off. It's tapped out of bounds. Last touched by Taylor's Kiara Nieto. This one will go back to Northwestern Ohio. In case you're wondering, Metro's Division II, they're in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. We thank Todd Bradbury for the insight there. He'll be loud, he'll be proud on Friday when his daughter comes back home to play in her home state. Her team up 27-11. She's outscored UNOH by herself. She gets a much-needed breather on the bench. A long 3 comes out, is missed short by Kane. Fighting on the floor for it is Deckard as she's tied up with 2 different Northwestern Ohio players in the alternating possession. We'll give it back here to the Trojans of Taylor. 1:50 remaining in quarter number one. Taylor in white with purple letters and gold numbers. Those gold numbers trimmed in purple. Northwestern Ohio in the road black jerseys and shorts with red numbers and red letters. They are trimmed in white. Huffman right side of the floor, hands off to Decker. A contested three from the high right side is long. That one bounces off the top of the glass. Nieto taps it out to James, who's there for the rebound. James, she'll take a step back left wing three, and that one is right through the middle. Oh, look at that pretty little shot on a little step back from Lauren James. And Taylor up 30-11 on yet another three-point basket here in quarter one. To the corner, and Orpo, she cannot answer with a three. It rolls off the rim, tapped and corralled by James. She looks up the floor with defenders right in her face as she crosses the timeline right. Here's Huffman. She wants a three left side circle and gets it again. Threes just raining down here in the opening quarter as Taylor up by 22 with 1:05 to go in quarter one. That program record 19 threes that was set on Friday is in jeopardy right now after this three-point barrage in the opening quarter right now for the Taylor home team. Here's Emily Patton, their leading scorer, far side. Orpo driven off the line, down low to Farahane, rips it away from James. Her shot was missed, and they'll get the foul on either Taylor's Nieto or Stratman. First foul against Taylor here in quarter one. It goes against the junior, Haley Stratman. So 33-11 for Taylor. 2 free throws here for Fatea Larry, who's out of Brooklyn, New York. First one is good. She was 1 of 2 in the opening game for Northwestern Ohio this season, and Larry leads them with 5. Trying to make it a 20-point deficit here for UNOH. No one down there for Northwestern Ohio. Larry knocks down both, and she's got 6 first quarter points. Taylor up 33-13 with 44 seconds to go in quarter number one. Huffman runs the point, picks up that dribble near sideline to Stratman. Rips through and gives off to James, guarded by Orpo. Pass into traffic, tapped away. Nieto slaps it right to the hands of Deckard. She fumbled with it and couldn't get her shot off, so she'll dribble and then deal to Nieto. Right side of the floor, Huffman looking in, and they'll call her for the travel as she tried to fake the pass and then moved her pivot foot before she put the ball on the deck. 8 first quarter threes for Taylor. They hit 13 in the first half in their record-breaking performance Friday night when they had 19 in the win over Asbury. Shot clock turned off with 21 seconds left. Backcourt, Schulte just gets it across the timeline to Kane just in the nick of time before backcourt violation is called. 3-2 zone by the Trojans, 13 to shoot. Patton driving in the right corner. Stratman making life difficult. Nieto forces Patton on the baseline. She steps out of bounds, and the turnover will send it back here to the Trojans. And with 9 7/10 of a second to go in our first quarter, the Trojans can hold for the final shot. And an absolute blitzing performance in the opening quarter where they've hit 8 threes and they lead by 20. Huffman to Stratman from the volleyball line. That one off the right side rim. Decker gets it in the corner, but she cannot get the shot off before the first quarter buzzer sounds. An absolute blitzing by Taylor here in quarter number one. They lead 33-13 after 1 quarter of play here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart.
Taylor 8 of 12 from the three-point arc in that opening half. They lead 33-13 after 1 quarter of play. Schulte and UNOH get the ball to start. A rainbow three try from Orpo is long and rebounded by Lacey Garrett. She gets the start of the second quarter with Becca Books, Abby Books, Wright, and Bradbury, the 5 starters. Bradbury had a dominant first quarter, and she misses her first shot here. Gets it owned back, drives in, and has her shot blocked out of bounds by Kiara Kane. Taylor up 33-13 after one quarter. Bradbury with 13 points in the opening quarter. That ties UNOH's total for the whole quarter. Now give her 15 as Wright finds her down low for a little Glasser from the right side. And the Trojans have their press unit out there again. And they'll apply the pressure here in the backcourt as walking it forward is Kiara Kane. She'll float it up to Fatea Larry. Now off to Schulte on the right side of the floor. Off the screen. This ball smacked out of there by Bradbury, and she'll run up the floor and then hit the brakes just inside the timeline. Garrett comes across, gives her an outlet, weaving with that left hand, spinning back to her right, stops at the free throw line. Out to Bradbury, looking down to Abby Books, who's cut off. And an off-ball foul called against Northwestern Ohio. Foul against Fatea Larry, her first. Taylor up 35-13 as Letitia Johnson comes in to replace Schulte. As we mentioned, Orpo, along with Kane. Now Johnson, Patton, and Larry, the 5 to start this second quarter for Northwestern Ohio. The 5 starters out there for TU. Right now, Bradbury's outscored UNOH by herself, trying to make that continue. Could not. Wright soars over everybody on the long. Bradbury missed from 3, and Taylor resets. The ball comes. It's going to hit Abby Books in the chest and go out of bounds, as leaping in front of her was Kiara Kane, and that got in front of Abby Books' line of vision. A minute 15 into quarter number 2. Taylor up 35-13 on a blistering first quarter shooting performance. Here's Patton, their leading scorer from a season ago. Double team comes between Bradbury and Garrett. To Larry, spinning just outside the free throw line. Catching it is Kane, and she's whistled for the travel as she set up her attack down the lane. Another turnover here against Northwestern Ohio. They did not shoot the ball particularly well in that opening quarter. Taylor did, knocking down 8 3-point baskets. Now just past 90 seconds into the quarter. Wright will drive right from the timeline. She went up and got Patton to reach in and gets called for the foul. First on Patton, second one against Northwestern Ohio. Fresh shot clock for TU. As again, the 5 starters out there on the floor for the Trojans. Garrett has it near side, and then Patton gets whistled for the reach-in foul. She went diving after the inbounds pass. And that's the second one on Emily Patton, their leading scorer from a season ago. Had 6 points and 10 rebounds for the 5'8 sophomore guard in their opener. Struggled to shoot the ball, went 3 of 16 from the floor and 0 of 7 from 3. Garrett takes the inbounds pass. Almost 2 minutes into quarter number 2. Taylor up 35-13. Lacey weaving, got into the paint, picks up that bounce, off to the cutting Becca Books, off the glass, no. And that misses, snatched out there by Patton. She's almost tripped in the backcourt by her own player. And they call the foul on Becca Books, who must have tripped the teammate next to Patton. First one on B Books. First one against Taylor here in the second quarter. Northwestern Ohio already with 3, and we have yet to play 2 minutes here in our second stanza. Johnson around a screen, back to Patton, who set it, fires from 3. A rainbow try is good for Emily Patton. Her first points after going scoreless in the first quarter. And the Taylor lead down to 35-16. Garrett trying to go wall to wall. Out to Books, one more pass and open. Abby Books for 3 off the front rim. There's B Books there for the rebound. Kicks out to the far sideline and right. Skipping back to Abby Books. She'll tee up a 3 again. Up the arc it goes, and down the hatch the ball goes. 9 for Abby Books. That miss from 3 was her first miss. And close to 72 hours after going 9 for 9 on Saturday, and a 2 for 2 start here. And the 3-point try for Abby Books gives her 9 in the game and pushes that Taylor lead. And a travel called against UNOH on the other end. It should be a 39-16 lead for Taylor. They have it up there as, unless they called that as a 2. We will check that at halftime. I thought they signaled 3 for A Books. Either way, Taylor up either 39-16 or 38-16. Wright will float far sideline to Garrett. Looking Bradbury's way, one-hand wrap. Bradbury defended tightly by Larry. She'll dribble, pulls up from 5 feet. That one left short. Ball tapped around amongst many hands, and then snatched away by Jertea Hall of UNOH. The Racers move from left to right in black. Taylor defends man-to-man in white. Hand off to Destiny Wooten, playing for the first time tonight. She gives off to Hall, who pulls up. That one off the target left and rebounded off the floor by Aubrey Wright. Up the floor, Bradbury calls for it, and Wright will heave that one too high, and it'll sail out of bounds and go back to Northwestern Ohio. .6:32 remaining in our opening half. Stat monitor not working right now, so we'll try to give you stats as much as we can. Taylor's shooting the ball much better. They have, well, depending on what they rule that Abby Book's shot as, it'll either be 8 or 9 three-point tries. An off-ball foul called against Taylor defensively. Oh, nope. Somebody kicked out the scoreboard down below us, so you got to plug it back in. Sound system comes back to life, and just in a few quick seconds, the scoreboard should come back to life, and it does. You know, that's the third time we've had that thing get kicked out here today. The third time that thing's been kicked out today. We put a bucket right in front of it, make sure nobody does, and then sometimes that bucket magically moves, and then it's just chaos. Just absolute chaos. It's almost like we need to put like a helmet on it, like a medieval knight. Back to action here on the parquet floor inside Odell Arena. 6:22 and counting. And now we stop again. Everything's turned on, which is good. We just got to correct a couple numbers on each of the respective clocks. 6:22 in the quarter, 25 to shoot for Northwestern Ohio. They trail Taylor 38-16 after a blistering first quarter performance by TU. The Trojans slide back in their 3-2 zone, which has given teams havoc since a season ago. And now the horn goes off with 22 seconds to shoot. And it will be a timeout here on the floor. We'll take it with each respective side as they get those gremlins out of the scoreboard. 6:18 to go, second quarter. Taylor up 38-16 over Northwestern Ohio here on the Trojan Sports Network. The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com. Six minutes, 18 seconds remaining in our second quarter here from Odell Arena. Northwestern Ohio with the ball. They go from left to right in black. Taylor defends in a 3-2 zone. They are in white. Jertea Hall flips outside. This will be Destiny Wooten. Pulls up from 18 feet and hits it just inside the arc. Good-looking shot there from Wooten. So after all that, Northwestern Ohio gets a bucket. They're down 38-18, less than 6 to go here in the second quarter. Bradbury 3 right side. That one rattles in for her third three-point basket of the night. 18 for Kendall Bradbury. She had 20 on the nose in both our games Friday and Saturday, trying to get back to that 20-point plateau here. As she barrels down on that career scoring mark, which is in striking distance, 4:32 in white. Driving is Wooten, flipping it outside into the paint. Patton comes out of nowhere. She went into the air, came back down. Northwestern Ohio head coach Mike Armbruster looking for a tap on the pass. It'll be a travel here against Patton. Kiara Kane in for Northwestern Ohio. Fatea Larry exits for the Racers. 5:24 to go, half number one. Taylor up 41-18. Garrett, left side circle, looking Bradbury's way, denied. She'll scream forward and get it. Holds the ball over her head, now puts it on the deck, being defended by the newcomer Kane. Bradbury tied up, bouncing off the Books. 10 to shoot for TU. Taylor spinning it around the arc. Here's Abby Books on a right side Bradbury screen with 5. To the corner and right with 4. Step back. Here's Abby Books with 2. She'll dribble. She'll not get the shot off in time, and it's a shot clock violation against Taylor. Abby Books is ready to let that thing fly from the near side of the floor, but was forced to pump fake and put it back on the deck. and that's when the shot clock violation occurred. Letitia Johnson from the backcourt dribbles with her right hand, directs traffic with her left. UNOH going from left to right in black, Taylor defending in white. Patton runs Garrett off a screen. Johnson keeps the dribble. And Taylor has switched to the man-to-man defense as Garrett following Patton everywhere she goes. And there's a three from the left side, knocked down by Destiny Wooten. If you're not playing in the first quarter, Wooten has all 5 of her points here in the second. And Taylor, it's back to a 20-point Taylor lead, up 41-21. And a reach-in foul called against Letitia Johnson, her second, after Garrett. Ooh, make that on Kiara Kane, excuse me. Fourth one against UNOH here in quarter 2. Letitia Johnson exits, and Bethany Blow comes in here for Northwestern Ohio. Fresh 30 to work with for TU, 4:28 to go before halftime. Here's a long two that B-Books will give up. She'll drive into the lane and throw it in off the glass. Books in double figures with 10, joining Bradbury in that category. Twin sis Abby 1 point back with 9. 43-21 the Trojan lead here in quarter number 2. Long to the other side, missed. Patton gets it. She throws hers off the high glass and is rebounded by Becca Books of Taylor. Far sideline to twin sister Abby, then back to Becca, then back to Garrett. The Books twins, Wright, Garrett, and Bradbury, the 5 out there for TU. And now they'll run the weave up top with 3:54 to go here in our opening quarter. Then Bradbury cuts down a bullet from Garrett. Then Bradbury cannot finish the reverse lay-in with her back to the hoop. Picking up the miss is Blow. She'll jog across the center jump circle. Right hand bounce from Blow. To the near side, stepping back. Kane thought about a 3, 1 for 3 on the season. Dribbles in with a left hand, step through Euro step move, and she'll lay it in with a right hand scoop. Pretty little move from Kiara Kane, her first bucket. And the Taylor lead back down to 20, 43-23, with 3:24 to go here in quarter number 2. Garrett dribbling with her left hand, looking Abby Books' way. Garrett gets into the paint, flipping up top to the key and Bradbury. Rainbow 3 on the way, that one off target left. Kendall 3 of 6 from behind the arc tonight. Here come Lauren James and Sydney Huffman in for the first time here in this second quarter. And Kayla Kirtley, the freshman from Noblesville, Indiana, comes in to spell Bradbury. And Haley Stratman comes in for Taylor as well. So that leaves Aubrey Wright as the only starter on the floor for Taylor. The Books twins, Garrett and Bradbury, exit. It's Wright, James, Huffman, Kirtley, and Stratman, the 5 out there for TU. Wide open down low is Jertea Hall. Floats it in with a right hand, and that one gets the roll. Second field goal for Jertea Hall. She's got 4 points. And Taylor's lead down to 43-25. 2:55 to go in quarter number 2. Taylor going from right to left in white. Northwestern Ohio in black. Far sideline, James trying to wrap a pass to Kirtley. That got deflected. Still back into Kirtley's hands. No look dish to James, whose 3 is off the front rim, and Stratman couldn't haul it in for TU. Here comes UNOH the other way with Emily Patton running the point. Weaving to her left, now down the lane with her right hand, throwing off the glass. No good. And she's sent tumbling to the floor, and she'll go to the line twice on the blocking foul by Kayla Kirtley, the Taylor freshman. First on Kayla, second one against Taylor in quarter number 2. And here's Emily Patton to the line. Did not go to the line any times. Again, they lost to Shawnee State on Saturday, and this one hits the front rim and then just rolls off. .235 remaining in quarter number 2. Second free throw good from Patton. All 4 of her points have come in this second quarter. And Aubrey Wright will take a breather, and Madison Fisher comes in for TU. So all but one player that's eligible to play tonight for Taylor has come in so far. That would be Mariah Plunkett. And everyone has played here in the second quarter except Plunkett and now Deckert. Tight pass from Fisher into James, and the Trojans get bailed out on a pass that Fisher fired in there in traffic. Reach in against Blow, that's the 5th. And Taylor will be shooting free throws for the final 2:24. James to the line where she is 2 of 2 here on the young season. James lives inside Odell Arena practically. And she calmly makes the first one. Getting up shots every day, just like the rest of her teammates. But Lauren is the one that we see on a regular basis, would be putting it lightly, I think is the way that we would describe as much as Lauren is in the gym. 44-26 the Taylor lead. James trying to make it 45-26 and does. 5 for James, and Taylor up 45-26 here in the second quarter. 2:18 and counting here in quarter number 2. And a man-to-man defense here by the Trojans with Jertea Hall dribbling away. Now Taylor slides into the 3-2 zone. The free throw line, kicking out. Here's Hall again attacking from the high right side. Pulls up from the league logo and swishes home a right-hand jumper, 6 for Hall. That leads Northwestern Ohio. Actually ties with Fatea Larry in that category. And it's a 45-28 Taylor lead with less than 2 to go here in the second quarter. James dribbling up top. Patton gives her space, and James makes her pay with a straight-on 3. Second triple for James. She's got 8-5 here in the second quarter, and Taylor back up by 20, 48-20. When Taylor shoots like this, they are scary good. Fitting to be scary good the day before Halloween. Hall between the circles, left side screen there by Larry. Pulls up from the left elbow extended, and that one rainbows in for Hall. Back-to-back buckets for Jertea Hall. She's got 6 second quarter points, 8 in the game to lead UNOH. James, deep 3 right side. That one just rolls off the rim, and Kirtley couldn't haul it in with her right hand. Rebounded by Larry. They work it up the floor to Patton, does UNOH. To the near sideline, Jertea Hall, catch and shoot 3. Nope, cannot continue her hot shooting. And then Kirtley had the inside position on Fatea Larry, who gets called for an over the back. Second one against Larry. And Kirtley and the Trojans will go to the other end for 2 free throws.
At the line for your Trojans, number 30, Kayla Kirtley.
2 free throws for Kirtley on the young season for the freshman. She's 3 of 4 from the line. First one hits the front rim hard and off. 48-30, the TU advantage. 59 6/10 of a second remaining in our opening half. Second one from the freshman Kirtley is good. That's her first scoring of the night. And Taylor up 49-30. Each team should get the ball back before the end of the half. Larry goes in. She's fouled from behind by Fisher as she spun away as Kirtley was running the post. And the foul against Stratman. That's her second, as both Stratman and Fisher were down there for Taylor. Second on Haley, third one against Taylor in the quarter. And here's Larry to the line for 2. She's perfect on the night, and that continues. Larry with 7. Nieto will come in for TU. She replaces Stratman. So everyone on the Trojan roster outside of one has played here in our opening half. Larry just trying to stay perfect from the line. 3 of 3 already. That one long off the back rim, and Huffman will gather in the weak side rebound. She goes galloping up the far sideline. Cross-court pass near side corner to Fisher, and they get Fisher as she kept her right pivot foot down, but when she extended out that long left leg, it stepped on the baseline to our left. Turnover will send it back to Northwestern Ohio with 44 seconds to go before halftime. And UNOH down 49-31. They got to within 1, 33-2, and they've not gotten any closer since. Larry left block, trying to bang with Nieto. Kicks out, stepping in his Hall. Pulls from 15 off the back rim long. Tapped into the air by Kirtley and rebounded by James of Taylor. James hits the brakes just across the timeline. Near side hash mark Huffman. Floating up to Fisher. Snatched it away from defensive trouble. James was open for a moment, and Huffman didn't see her standing to her left. She'll back it out and hold for the final shot with 11 seconds remaining in the first half. Number 19, Taylor up by 18. Here's 6-5 between the circles. Huffman with 4, with 3, with 2. Huffman drives a little floater off the glass, spins off, and that will be how our first half comes to a close. But a dominating first half from the 19th ranked team in the land as they look to move to 3-0 on the year. At the half, it's number 19 Taylor 49 and Northwestern Ohio 31. Here on the Trojans Sports Network, we're back at the BSN Sports Halftime Report after this commercial break.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
Back here inside Odell Arena, Rick Johnston with you. This is the BSN Sports Halftime Report. At the break, it's number 19 Taylor leading Northwestern Ohio by a 49-31 margin. The Trojans, both teams actually shot the ball pretty well in that first half. The Trojans, though, shot 50% from the field, 52% from three. They made 11 of their 21 three-point tries, and they were 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Northwestern Ohio, on the other hand, 43% from the floor, 3 of 9 from distance, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Rebounds in favor of Taylor, 19-14, including 5-3 on the offensive glass, and Taylor has dominated second chance points. They have outscored Northwestern Ohio 11-3 on second chance opportunities. And just like they did in the first two games, Taylor assisted on 25 of 28 field goals against Asbury, 19 of 24 baskets against Madonna. Here in the first half against Northwestern Ohio, they've assisted on 14 of their 17 first half field goals. Taylor with just 5 turnovers in the opening half. Northwestern Ohio with 7. Neither team with a block, and Taylor has the only 2 steals so far of the evening. Individual scoring, the Trojans have the only 2 players in double figures. Kendall Bradbury, the All-American, leading the way with 18 points on 7 of 13 shooting. She's 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Becca Books has 10 points off of the Taylor bench on 4 of 6 shooting and 3 of 3 from long distance. Her twin sister Abby has 9, all on 3-point baskets. She's 3 of 4 from distance, 3 of 5 from the floor. In general, Lauren James with 8 points off the Taylor bench, Sydney Huffman with 3, Kayla Kirtley with 1, Aubrey Wright, Lacey Garrett, Meredith Deckard. I was looking at assists, that would be incorrect. Wright, Garrett, Deckard, Stratman, Fisher, and Nieto all played in the first half, but did not score for Taylor. For Northwestern Ohio, they are led by Jertea Hall, who has 8 points on 4 of 8 shooting. Fatea Larry has 7. Letitia Johnson, 2. Anna Farahane was held scoreless in that first half. Emily Patton, their leading scorer from a year ago, just 4 first half points. Destiny Wooten, 5 off the bench. Maddie Schulte with 3, and Kane with 2 off the bench as well. Orpo and Dukes both played in that first half, but did not score. We'll take a break. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report. Here on the Trojan Sports Network, we're back after this commercial break with our second half here from Odell Arena. This has been a presentation here of the BSN Sports Halftime Report. We're back with the second half after this commercial break.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook Butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Second half underway. 5 starters back on the floor for Taylor. That's Wright, Garrett, Bradbury, and the Books twins. Patton guards right on the near side. Will set the UNOH lineups on the fly. Farahane back out there. Driving in is Bradbury for another deuce. And for the 3rd straight game to start the season, Kendall Bradbury has 20 points. Quick start, and then she'll intercept the pass on the other end. 8th turnover of the ball game for Northwestern Ohio. Their 8th one comes on their opening possession. Here's Bradbury trailing the play from 3. It's long off the back of the iron. And then a tie up in the back. Patton back to her feet and gives it off to Farahane. Dribbling with right behind her. Then she'll flip it back to Letitia Johnson. So the 5-star's back on the floor here for Northwestern Ohio as Garrett jumps a pass intended for Jertea Hall. So Johnson, Hall, Farahane, Patton, and Larry, the 5 starters back out there for Northwestern as well. To start this third quarter, they turned it over on their opening possession. Taylor scored on their first possession, and they lead back again by 20, 51-31. 4 seconds to shoot. Left block Larry. She's triple team, dribbles off of her shoes outside to Patton, who can't get the shot off before the shot clock expires. Taylor shooting at 50% from the floor. They are 50% from 3. And Becca Books will deal it in with Farahane guarding the inbounds pass. Shadowing her in the backcourt is Johnson, who now brings it across the timeline. Taylor attacking the basket to our left in white. Turning the corner is Garrett. Up top, the pass goes to Bradbury, who rainbows in another 3. 4th 3 of the afternoon and evening for Kendall Bradbury. She's got 23. That's a new season high. And she has scored at least 20 points in all 3 games. Taylor up 54-31 here early on in quarter 3. Left side circle, the pass comes near side to Jertea Hall. To the far side, Johnson steps in for a long 2 from the corner that grazes the right side of the rim. The ball pinballs around and is scooped off the parquet floor by Lacey Garrett. She goes galloping to the front court, turns back and pitches off to Aubrey Wright. She'll drive into the lane left hand, jump stop, kick out to a B-Books 3, which is good from the far sideline. Taylor has hit all but one of their shots here in this third quarter. Northwestern Ohio getting a 30-second timeout, and the Trojans use an 8-0 explosion here to start. A minute and 54 seconds into the third quarter, they lead 57-31. We will pause momentarily.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Kendall Bradbury with 23 points. She and Becca Books, who has 13. They have combined to outscore Northwestern Ohio by themselves, 36-31. Just 2 minutes in here to quarter number 3. Taylor, the 19th ranked team in the land, leads Northwestern Ohio 57-31. They blew this thing open towards the end of the first quarter and have not looked back since. Got into the air was Kane. They'll spin it around to Patton for a right wing 3. That was long over everything. Rebounded down low, missed on the putback was Kane, and then she's pushed from behind by Becca Books on the foul. Second on B-Books. First one against Taylor here in the quarter. Foul was on the floor, and so it'll be an inbounds play for Northwestern Ohio from baseline left. Letitia Johnson points to the right hand, floats it in to Larry. Marked by B-Books. Taylor in the man-to-man defense. Larry with the left side screen. She'll get a roll. Dribbles it off of her foot, trying to go up and over the shorter right. That one rolls off the rim. It's tapped around by Larry and gathered in by Abby Books. Up the floor to Becca Books. Only black jerseys in front of her. She'll find the trailing twin sister in Abby. Garrett back to Abby Books. Contested 3 high left side. Short. Bouncing to the baseline. That's saved and intercepted by Becca Books, and then she takes her eyes off of it, and it slips out of her hands and out of play. It looked like that was Letitia Johnson who did not let that ball just sail out of bounds. It would have been an easy backcourt inbounds for Northwestern Ohio. She tried to save it as she was almost falling out of bounds. Becca Books stepped in front of the pass, intercepted it, but couldn't finish gathering it in. 7:13 remaining here in the opening half. Cross-court pass from the near corner all the way to the far, weaving around, and this one too strong off the glass on a nice little move by Jertea Hall. Taylor rebounds. They get into the hands of the speedy Lacey Garrett. She'll go far sideline B-Books. Make this Abby Books, excuse me. Dribbling with her right hand around a B-book screen, floating it into Bradbury. Pass was not long enough, and it's intercepted after the tap by Kiara Kane of Northwestern Ohio. To the trailing Johnson. Left-hand dribble into the paint. There's Larry up and over the shoulder defender. That one was rolled halfway in and then off and rebounded by Bradbury, her 5th carom. Here comes Garrett jogging up again. She's got an open Abby Books down low. Patton will poke it away from behind and intercept it. And here comes UNOH the other way. 6:32 to go in the third quarter. Patton going wall to wall, and Bradbury gets called for the reach in. First foul on Kendall, second one against Taylor here in quarter 3, and Patton will go to the line for 2 free throws. Patton 1 for 2 from the line. 6:30 to go, third quarter. Taylor up 57-31. They started off shooting 3 for 4 from the floor. Since then, they have missed their last couple of shots. First free throw good from Patton. She's got 5. And the second one, good as well. Sub comes in for TU. Nope. It'll be Maddie Schulte. So Schulte comes in. She replaces Jertea Hall. And here's the pressure in the backcourt. Floating it all the way up to the front is Aubrey Wright gathering it in. She'll back it out near side wing. 4 defenders back. And now Garrett calls the play between the circles. Right near sideline. Picks up the dribble and off to Bradbury. Down low to B-Book. Spins over that right shoulder. Bouncing out. Driving from the left wing as Garrett goes in. Throws it in off the high glass and gets fouled. First bucket for Lacey Garrett on a nice dish from Becca Books. And a good finish there by the Trojan point guard, LG. So 59-33, now 60-33 after Garrett makes the free throw. Those are her first 3 points of the evening. 6:06 to go in the third. Timeline straddling it is Larry, and this will give it to the backcourt again. Walking across to the front court is Kane. Back tap from behind by Wright, who gets called for the reach-in. First on Aubrey, third one against Taylor here in quarter number 3. 60-32 the Taylor advantage. They are still shooting above 50% from the floor, and they're still shooting above 50% from 3 at 52%. Schulte bouncing up top to Patton between the circles with 5:47 to go here in quarter 3, and then this pass sails out of bounds, intended for Rania Orpo. 60-33 the Taylor lead. Scoreboard off by just a point for the UNOH total, with 5:41 remaining in our third frame. Taylor going from left to right in white. Northwestern Ohio defends in black. This is Schulte defending Garrett. Catch and shoot 3 right wing. Bradbury short off the near side rim. Tap to the paint by Wright, and then Bradbury gathered it in and almost had a chance to complete the bucket. She threw it off the bottom of the glass, but she was fouled. Second on Schulte, second one against Northwestern Ohio here in the quarter. UNOH head coach Mike Armbruster down below us getting an explanation. There's the second free throw by Kendall tonight. She makes it. She's got 24 points. Second one, perfect as well. She's only missed 1 free throw the entire year. She's got 7 third quarter points, and she's got 25 for the night. She and Becca Books have outscored UNOH by themselves. A high throw intercepted by the aforementioned B Books. Dribbling far sideline, off to Garrett, up top to the trailing Bradbury 3. She leans into it, and that one just a hair long from deep for Kendall Bradbury. Kendall now 4 for 10 for distance. Patton drives, stops, pops. That one long. Bradbury taps it to herself with her left hand, gathers it in with both on her 6th rebound. Halfway home here in the third quarter. Taylor up 62-32. Less than 5 to go in the quarter. Right on the near sideline, she's got Becca Books open. She gets it to her, but closing out is Orpo. Far sideline, A Books. Defended by Kiara Kane. They bullet one mid-post left to Bradbury. Turns, and her shot is recycled out to the near sideline that Garrett hauls in. Blocked by Fatea Larry. Garrett lost it, ripped off the floor. Then Garrett striving and trying to reach in there, and she gets a desperation jump ball as moving back and forth, pivoting at the waist was Maddie Schulte. And then Garrett has kept throwing arm after arm as she was using her other arm to prop herself up on the floor. And she forces a jump ball. It stays here with Northwestern Ohio. But great effort there from Garrett to call the tie-up when she could have easily given up and just gone back on defense. Taylor pouncing on Patton near the timeline. They almost get Patton to turn it over. She spins and gets it off to Kane, who's double teamed. Into Vitae barreling in, a jump ball, and a traveling violation is called as Garrett put her hand on the ball against Vitae. And here comes the backcourt press from Northwestern Ohio. And Schulte will be the one shadowing Garrett in the backcourt. She lets her jog forward. Now Garrett hits the accelerator. Near corner to Bradbury, fakes a three and drives. All the way into the paint. She'll finish with a left hand on the left side of the cup. 9 for Bradbury in the quarter. And she's got a game-high 27, just 5 points back of the Northwestern Ohio total. Here comes subs in for the Trojans. A whole line change here as Orpo fumbles with it. She's double-teamed. She loses it. Is still loose on the floor. Here comes Wright hustling after. She'll pick it up off the floor, but right before Kiara Kane could slice in on it. Bradbury all the way up near sideline. B-Books out to A-Books. Up top, Aubrey Wright. Three-point try is good from the top of the key. First field goal for Aubrey Wright. The honorary coach, her grandpa, Ted Wright, the Hall of Famer, is down there on the sideline. We can't see him, but we assume he is smiling. 3:35 to go in the quarter. And his granddaughter will get called for the foul in the backcourt. Second one on Aubrey. A whole line change coming in for TU. As the starters will exit, Huffman, James, Nieto, Stratman, Deckard come in for Taylor. And for the second time this season, at least this is what it looks like, the Trojan starters will not play the entire fourth quarter plus. Tretea Hall back in for Northwestern Ohio. Destiny Wooten on for the first time here in the third quarter. Haley Howard in on for the first time today. And Patton stays out there for Northwestern Ohio along with Fatea Larry. Into the corner and Patton. Nieto cuts her off on the baseline right. And Patton will spin and pull it back out to the far side wing. Near side thinking about a three is Wooten. She'll step to her left, fire, and miss off the back rim. Hauled in by Sydney Huffman. First miss from three by Wooten tonight. Right side circle, Deckard being crowded. Pass intended for James, tapped out of bounds by Jertea Hall. 3:10 to go in the third. Taylor up by a bunch, 33, excuse me. Taylor still shooting at 50% both from the floor and from three-point distance. They have made 14 threes here tonight. Huffman down the right side of the lane to the right corner and Stratman. She'll dribble in with the left elbow, got left elbow extended. Here comes James right down the lane. Her shot is blocked, but Lauren James is fouled, and she's got a two-shot trip to the line upcoming. Third foul against Northwestern Ohio. First on Haley Howard. And the third one against UNOH here in the third quarter. James to the line for two, where she is 2 for 2 tonight. She's trying to be the third Trojan in double figures. And she's 1 point away from doing that as she hits on the first free throw. Taylor has outscored Northwestern Ohio. After that second free throw, good by James by a 19-2 margin here in this quarter. An absolute blitzing here by Taylor in the third. So they lead 69-32, less than 3 to go here in our third quarter. Hall from the right wing to the mid-post right. Touch pass down low to Howard. Her pass in traffic deflected away. Stratman has it. She's pulled to the court. And there was a jump ball from the baseline, and now will be a dual jump ball as two of our officials come in. They agree on the call. And Taylor will get the ball back with 2:43 to go in the third. They've outscored Northwestern Ohio 19-2 here in this third quarter. UNOH has made no field goals. They're 0 of 7 from the floor. Their only points coming on 2 free throws. And those by Emily Patton. Since then, no field goals at all. Deckard driving on the taller Howard. Got into the paint. Right-hand floater. Finger roll good for Meredith Deckard on her first points, on her first field goal. 71-32 the Taylor lead. A cross-court pass across the timeline to Hall. Deckard and James tie her up, and then they get James for a reach-in. She was wanting to travel, but they get Deckard for the hold from behind. First on Meredith, fifth one against Taylor in the quarter, so free throws upcoming for the final 2:16 for UNOH here in our third frame. So 71-33 the Taylor lead. They've outscored UNOH 22-2 here in this third quarter. First trip to the line for Hall, and she sinks the first one. 9 for Hall. She's 1 away from being the first double-figure scorer for UNOH tonight. Hall, the 5'10 sophomore from Charleston, West Virginia. And the second one hit that front rim, just will dance off. And it's rebounded by Nieto of Taylor. Quickly off to Sydney Huffman. Will bounce between the circles with 2:08 to go in the third. Taylor up 34, excuse me. And an off-ball foul called, it looks like, against Fatea Larry, who ran through the Lauren James screen. It will be against Larry, and that's her first. Or third, excuse me, and the fourth one against UNOH. 71-34, the Taylor lead as Larry exits. And Anna Farahane back in for UNOH. 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the third. It's been all Taylor in this one. They've outscored UNOH 22-3 here in our third frame. They lead 71-33. They spin around far sideline to Deckard. Getting plenty of space there from Destiny Wooten. James dribbling to the right side circle. Farahane defending her. James down the lane, kicks to an open Deckard left wing. 3 ball is perfect from the far side corner. First dribble for Deckard, all 5 points for the freshman here in the third. And a timeout is called. No, make it a travel on the other end for UNOH. Taylor up 34, excuse me. Their largest lead of the night at 40. Deckard far sideline. She'll float it back to get it back from Huffman. One-hand whip pass to the baseline left to Nieto. Right-hand dribble, trying to go up and under. Step through with a right hand, couldn't complete it. But Nieto walked with it before she could put it up. (74-34) the Taylor lead with 83 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. As Bethany Blow comes in for UNOH. Taylor with pressure in the backcourt with Huffman and Deckard. James and Nieto shadowing up near the timeline. Blow across the aforementioned timeline with 1:13 remaining. Hall calling for it, but won't get it. Now she does on the near sideline in front of her own bench. UNOH attacking the basket to our left. Blow near sideline again with 10 to shoot. They work it all the way far sideline. Catch and shoot 3 from Patton. Rainbows off the back of the rim. Hard hits the floor in front, right in the middle of everyone. It's poked away momentarily, and then gathered in by Lauren James. She'll accelerate up the middle of the floor with 51 seconds. She'll stop. She'll pop from the free throw line and hit. James with 12, the third Trojan in double figures, and it's all Taylor right now as they're up 76-34 here in the third quarter. Weaving, stepping, and a charge is called against Jertea Hall, taken by Haley Stratman of TU. So 24 seconds remaining in our third frame. Taylor will walk it forward, about 7 seconds or so between game and shot clock. Huffman stops. Far sideline, this pass goes to Stratman. To James, who's guarded tightly by Blow. 10 to shoot, left side circle, Nieto. She'll fire from 15 feet. That one just a little bit off. Tapped around. Stratman was in there for a moment. Hall tiptoes. Nieto steals. She'll pop with 10 to go in the quarter. It just rolls off. It's tapped out of bounds. Deckard says it should stay with Taylor, and the referees will disagree and say it will go back to UNOH. Taylor has outscored Northwestern Ohio almost 30-3 in this quarter. A reach-in foul on the far sideline by Deckard. Second on Meredith. UNOH already in the penalty. And here comes Bethany Blow to the line for 2. First one is up and short off the front rim. First trip to the line for Blow tonight. Taylor has outscored UNOH 27-3 here in this third quarter, with no field goals being made for UNOH. Blow misses the second one short, gets it back. The clock doesn't start. Now she'll fire a desperation 3, and now they'll wave it off because the clock did not start on time. That clock should have expired, and that will be it after 3 quarters. Taylor up 76-34 here from Odell Arena. This is Taylor Women's Basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Ten more minutes left in regulation. Taylor 10 minutes away from their third straight win to start the season. They're up 76-34 after outscoring UNOH 27-3 in the third quarter. Not a single field goal scored by Northwestern Ohio there in the third. James taps a pass back out to Hall, far sideline. Taylor in the zone defense. Hall with Nieto guarding her, and they call Chiara for the blocking foul on the baseline right. First on Chiara, first one against Taylor here, just underway here in our fourth quarter. Patton, Howard, Hall, as we mentioned, Farahay, and Blow, the ones out there to start this fourth here for UNOH. 9:35 remaining in the fourth, just underway. Hall around a screen, drives in, floater off the glass short. Stratman has it, trying to pull it away in traffic, and a foul against the UNOH will send the ball going the other way. It's on Haley Howard, the backup post player, her second, and the team's first here of our fourth frame. Pressure in the backcourt by Farahane as Stratman will deal it in to Huffman on the near sideline. The Trojans have two sophomores, I should say, in Nieto and James. The freshman Deckard and two juniors, Huffman and Stratman, out there right now. Right side arc, long two from Chiara Nieto is good from the right wing. First points for Chiara Nieto tonight, and Taylor up 78-34. Near sideline, the dribble comes from Jertea Hall, now between the circles to Bethany Blow, number 40 in black. 3-2 zone by the Trojans. James, the point woman, in the middle. Huffman and Deckard on either side of her. Mid-post left to Howard, one dribble, trying to go up and under on Nieto. Good straight-up defense, and the shot missed short. Only white jerseys there for the rebound, and Stratman will claim it. Here comes Huffman, accelerating up the middle of the floor. She'll stop at the arc. Open Deckard for three, and that one off the back of the rim. And a good job there by Jertea Hall. She yelled, and that might have thrown off Deckard's concentration. But down on the other end is Anya Farahay, who is rolling on the floor right now. We will pause as the athletic training staff and Patience Ramsey go out to take a look at her here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has two locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Anna Farahay helped to the end of the UNOH bench. She's being attended to by the athletic training staff here at Taylor. She did have to be helped off the floor, but was able to walk her way over to the other side of the bench. We hope that she has a quick and speedy recovery. Rania Orpo comes in to replace her. UNOH with the ball. Whole line change in for TU as well. We'll set it up here on the fly. Rebound down low. Kane puts a back-up shot. Short ball tapped around Kirtley and rebounded by Fisher. So it's Madison Fisher, Mariah Plunkett, Kayla Kirtley, Sydney Huffman, and Meredith Deckard. Huffman down low to the cutting Kirtley, who puts it in with the left hand. Kirtley with 3, and Taylor up 80-34 here early on in the fourth. Second out of 3 games this season where the Taylor starters will not even play the last quarter plus. Catch and shoot 3, firing away from 3 long by Blow. Tapped away Kirtley into the hands of Plunkett, and she'll travel with it in the backcourt. Pump faked on the pass, and then before she could let that ball go, she walked with it in the backcourt. Fatea Larry in for UNOH. She replaces Howard. So the 3 freshmen, Kirtley, Plunkett, and Deckard out there for Taylor. Fisher, the sophomore transfer from Benedictine, and Sydney Huffman, the Elder Stateswoman, out there as a junior. Below takes a long inbounds pass to the near sideline, waving folks forward with her left hand, waiting for cuts to come. Far sideline high to Orpo, left hand dribble around Plunkett, dish, drive, and kick to Kane. 3-point try, good from in front of her own bench. First 3-point try, good for Kiara Kane. She's got 5. That's the first field goal of the second half for Northwestern Ohio. Huffman tried to answer with a 3 of her own. It was halfway in and then bounced on out. 80-37, the Taylor lead. 2-on-1. There's Patton for a right-hand layup for Northwestern Ohio as UNOH got back in transition. Those 5 points, the first 2 field goals of half number 2 for UNOH after they scored just 3 free throws in that third quarter. Huffman drives and attacks. Fisher, a left-hand dribble, jump stops at the free throw line, shoveling it out to Deckard. She'll fire away from 3. That one off target right. Ball loose on the floor, snatched away by Fatea Larry of UNOH. Transition 3, Orpo corner pocket good for UNOH. Rania Orpo, her first three-point try, good after missing her first 2 tries from distance. And it's 80-42 as Huffman will just race away from everybody, but misses a right-hand finger roll as that ball just spun off the right side of the rim. UNOH got caught napping. Fatea Larry throws it up and through Mariah Plunkett. First fourth quarter scoring for Fatea Larry. She's got 9. She and Hall tied for the team high lead with 9 apiece. Huffman attacks again. Her pass intended for Kirtley was blocked out of play, but she was fouled. On the drive was Huffman. Second on Bethany Blow, second against UNOH here in this quarter. And all 5 players on the floor come and talk things over with Taylor head coach Jody Martinez down below us. An 80-44 Taylor lead. And Letitia Johnson back in for the Racers of UNOH. Fresh 30 to work with. Kirtley takes the pass from Deckard on the baseline right. Huffman right side high. Looking to the paint now, dribbling a couple of times to the right, floats it all the way cross court, far sideline to Fisher. She'll pull up just inside the free throw line and miss a runner off the left side of the rim. Patton for the rebound for UNOH. She gallops to the right wearing black. Fisher trying to cut her off. She got into Fisher, and Patton will go to the line twice, drawing a 2-shot trip on the foul by Madison Fisher. First on Madison, second one against Taylor here in quarter 4. There are no 5 quarters. That is incorrect. 5:55, that is correct, here in quarter 4. And the first one from Patton off target. She had made 3 in a row. She's now 3 for 5 from the line. One more to come. And that's a lane violation against Kiara Kane, who leapt right in there before the ball even left Emily Patton's hand. Backcourt pressure here from Letitia Johnson as Huffman takes the pass in the backcourt from Kayla Kirtley. Huffman skipping and dishing it off to Fisher, now sets that screen. Flipping it back off to Huffman. Angling away as Johnson pesters at that ball. Floating far corner, there's Fisher, who was open for a moment. Now Kane slides to her. Back up top between the circles to Huffman. She'll put that head down and drive. Got bumped on the take by Letitia Johnson. Second one against 10 in black. Third one against UNOH here in the 4th. Shot clock resets with 5:34 to go in regulation. Deckard. Miscommunication with Kirtley. This ball bouncing back towards the timeline. Scooped up by Kiara Kane. She'll go to the other end. Her right-hand shot, though, from the underside of the rim was missed. Kirtley taps it into the air. Kane hauls it in. Then Fisher picks her pocket. Fisher falling to the floor. Got the ball to Kirtley. Then off to the near sideline and Huffman. Cross-court far side to Plunkett. Now to Deckard. Right-hand dribble. Now to Plunkett. Fisher rips it away from the pesky Johnson. Got to the right elbow. Back outside the arc. This is Huffman. One dribble to her left. Picks it up. Pivoting on that right foot, now out near the center jump circle and Deckard. 11 to shoot. Here's Madison Fisher open for a 3 in front of her own bench. That's short off the near side rim, and it's rebounded by Larry of UNOH. Up the floor, Kane out races everybody. A head fake, and they call her for a travel as Fisher came sprinting back. The head fake by Kane is whistled for a walk. 4:57 remaining in regulation. 80-44 the Taylor lead. They've limited UNOH to just 2 fourth quarter field goals, and those are the only 2 field goals in this second half for the visitors from Lima, Ohio. Gets a shoot 3, Plunkett short off the left side of the rim, boxed out on the long rebound by Orpo. Dribbles pull up just inside the free throw line. Patton, no, only white jerseys there, and Huffman rebounds it away from her teammate Plunkett. Huffman up the floor to the sprinting Kayla Kirtley, who pivots on the right block. Off balance shot was missed, and a late foul comes on Fatea Larry, who covers her hands in her face. 4th one on Larry. The 4th one against Northwestern Ohio here in the 4th. And that sends Kayla Kirtley to the line for 2 more. She's 1 for 2 here tonight. And the first one, perfect. Maddie Schulte in for UNOH. She replaces Kiara Kane. Lauren James comes in for TU. She replaces Meredith Deckard. So Taylor scored at least 70 points in all 3 of their first games this season. And Kirtley knocks down both. She's got 5 on the night, and Taylor up 82-44. UNOH goes from right to left in black. with 4:20 remaining here in our fourth quarter. Patton drives in, ripped right out of her hands by Fisher. Up the floor to Huffman. She's got James weak side who finds her. She'll gather the pass in and just miss a wide open right-hand layup. Huffman there for the rebound. She's being double teamed. She'll bounce outside the arc to Fisher. Then back outside to Huffman. Tees up a three in front of her own bench, and that one rattles in. Second triple for Huffman tonight. She's got 6 points, all from behind the arc. And Taylor up 85-44. 3:50 and counting here in the fourth. Larry, power dribble move, too hard off the glass, up and over Kirtley. Tapped around by James. She falls to the floor, keeps the ball within her grasp, and then Huffman floats it up to Fisher. Kirtley down low. Pass was deflected by Schulte and intercepted by Orpo. And here comes UNOH the other way, down 85-44 with 3:30 and counting in the fourth. Johnson spins, throws one around Fisher that's missed and rebounded by Mariah Plunkett of Taylor. Huffman from left to right and white, goes right down the lane with everyone, then she'll bounce it down to the weak side, and Kirtley puts it off the glass with the left hand. Good little find there by Huffman. She drew the defense to her, then bounced it to the wide open Kirtley on the left block. 7 for the freshman Kayla Kirtley, and Taylor leads 87-44 with 3:06 to go here in the fourth. Johnson being pestered by James, fronting the post is Kirtley, who easily intercepts that pass as the clock dips below 3 to go in the fourth. James accelerating, ball poked out of her hands, out of bounds. It will stay here with those wearing white. Destiny Wooten and Dratea Hall in for UNOH. Patton and Letitia Johnson all exit. It's James, Kirtley, Plunkett, Huffman, and Fisher, the 5 out there for Taylor. As they attack the basket to our right, they wear whites, and they lead 87-44. James trying to get him to 90 with a 3. That one off to the left and rebounded off the floor by Orpo. She brings it up to the other end of the floor, trying to go wall-to-wall. Step-through move, a scoop is good with a right-hand finger roll around Sydney Huffman. Orpo, all 5 of her points here in this final stanza. Taylor flings it up the floor to Kirtley. She'll gather it in baseline right, then knocked out of her hands, and it's tipped out of there by Fatea Larry. Coming in for UNOH right now, Junae Lee, the 6'4 junior from Rex, Georgia. A transfer from Clark Atlanta University. Taylor up 87-46. They led 3-2 early in the first quarter, and they have not looked back since, as Lee will throw this ball into the backcourt. Fisher pestering in. She'll dive in, and then Fisher will not get called for the foul. That was a dangerous play there from Madison as she dove head first. But Dratea Hall hit the ball before Fisher could make contact with her. And Taylor will get the ball in the backcourt violation with 2:13 to go in regulation, up 87-46. James gets it in, will get it in baseline left. Looking Kirtley's way, fires a tough pass that Kirtley gathers in over a defender with a little left-hand flip. And Kayla Kirtley with 9 points, 8 here in this fourth quarter. And Taylor up 89-46 with 2:03 remaining in the fourth. Orpo catch and shoot, left corner 3. Nope, near side. Kirtley will haul that one in with a right hand. Jump ball as she's tied up by Schulte, and it will go back to Taylor. Stay here with Taylor, I should say. 1:57 to go in the fourth. Taylor up 89-46. Huffman will jog it across the purple circle at midcourt. Now the Trojans will run the weave up top. 1:44 remaining in regulation. Huffman at the timeline, right-hand dribble, right down the middle to the near sideline, and Fisher. Back to Huffman, high right side. She'll angle in, out to the open. Fisher for a 3. Nope, rolls off, just off of Kirtley's fingertips, and Huffman able to get another offensive rebound. Floating up top to Fisher. Here's James, and she'll back it out with a right hand near the timeline. A minute between game and shot clock with 1:17 to go in regulation. And so James will bleed clock with Orpo guarding her. James trying to get the step back 3 again, fumbled with the ball. Nice little crossover here by James, a kick. Kirtley tees up a 3 and hits it. And there's Kayla Kirtley's first double-figure scoring game in college as she buries her first collegiate three-point try. 12 for Kayla Kirtley, 11 here in this fourth quarter for the freshman from Noblesville. And then she gets big, and then Jonae Lee, who's much taller, 4 inches taller than Kirtley, puts it in off the glass with the right hand. 90-48 the Taylor lead, or 92-48 the Taylor lead. With 41 seconds remaining in regulation, Taylor will move to 3-0 on the year before heading out to Colorado on Friday and Monday. A reach in on Hall, her third, and that will put Taylor in the bonus with 35 3/10 seconds left to go here in regulation tonight. 4 Trojans in double figures, led the way by Kendall Bradbury's 27 points. James adds to her double figure total with her first fourth quarter scoring. Free throw good, she's got 13. Kirtley with 12 and B-Books with 10. James knocks down both, she's got 14. 4 of 4 from the line is Lauren tonight, and Taylor up 94-48 with 30 seconds remaining in our fourth quarter. James will jump in front of the passing lane, intercept it. Shot clock turned off with 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. So Taylor will run out the clock here, and they will improve to 3-0 on the year as the Taylor fans give a rousing round of applause to the 19th-ranked Taylor women's basketball team. Second game this season where the starters haven't had to play in the last quarter plus. And the buzzer sounds, and that will be it. Taylor wins tonight by a final of 94-48 here over Northwestern Ohio. And they will move to 3-0 on the year, and a perfect 3-0 here at home. We'll pause momentarily and come back with the Ivanhoe's post-game show right here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Ivanhoe's post-game show. You can see the men's basketball teams from both Taylor and Northwestern Ohio getting loose. That game will tip off at 7 p.m. right here on the or 7:10 p.m. I should say, right here on the Trojan Sports Network. We'll wrap things up here on the women's game and then shut the broadcast down and then get it rocking and rolling for the men's broadcast. Taylor wins on the women's side tonight, going away 94-48. They outscored Northwestern Ohio 45-17 in that second half, including 27-3 in that dominating third quarter. The Trojans had 4 players in double figures tonight, led by the All-American Kendall Bradbury with a game-high 27. Kendall 50% from the floor, 4 of 20. She was 4 of 10 from 3, so she was 6 of 10 from 2-point distance. She also pulled down a team-high tying 6 rebounds in just over 20 minutes of action. Becca Books had 13 points, Lauren James 14, and Kayla Kirtley did not miss a shot from the floor. She was 3 of 4 from the line. She went 4 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, as she finished with 12 points in her first career collegiate double-figure scoring game. No one in double figures for Northwestern Ohio. Jertea Hall and Fatea Larry each had 9. Emily Patton had 8 for the Racers tonight. Everyone on the Trojan roster played, and all but 3 players scored. Taylor shot 50% in the first half. They finished for the game 48%, and they were 45% from 3, hitting 17 3-point shots tonight, 11 in the first half and 6 in the second. Northwestern Ohio shot 34% from the floor for the game, 30% from 3, and they were just 54% from the line. Taylor 93% from the free throw line tonight. They were 13 of 14. Taylor won the rebounding battle 39-32, including 9-2 on the offensive glass. Taylor dominated second chance points tonight, 17-3. The Taylor bench outscored the Northwestern Ohio bench 39-20. UNOH got Taylor on the fast break points 11-9, but Taylor outscored Northwestern Ohio by a wide margin on the turnover 12-5. And Taylor turned it over just 11 times in the game. UNOH turned it over 22 times. Points in the paint about even, 24-22 in favor of Taylor. So the TU women's basketball team heads to the state of Colorado coming up on Friday, where they have a scrimmage against the University of Denver at 8 o'clock. Then they're against Metro State. Actually, made that scrimmage on Saturday, I should say. November the 3rd, that's Saturday night. They're at Metro State. That's 8 o'clock tip Saturday night Eastern time and a 9 o'clock tip Eastern time on Monday the 11th. They're not back here until they take on Cincinnati Christian and IU East on November 16th and 17th here inside Odell Arena. We say a special thanks to Emily Daniels and Jacob, our camera operator and producers today. We thank you folks for tuning in here tonight as well. With the win tonight, Taylor improves to 3-0 on the young season. The number 19 team, as we mentioned, is on the road for a considerable bit until they come back here at the middle of November to take on Cincinnati Christian and IU East. This has been a presentation of Taylor women's basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network. Stay tuned. We have tip-off from the Taylor men's season opener against Northwestern Ohio coming up in about 22 minutes right here on the Trojan Sports Network.